Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and Rockstar have a big problem on their hands. So I'm going to try and keep this as short and as simple as possible so that as many of you guys can understand what's going on here. But basically, there is a ton of cars in Grand Theft Auto Online that are just completely broken. And it's actually a pretty big issue, and what I'm going to be talking about in this video today might actually just be scratching the surface in terms of the quantity and number of issues revolving around some of the vehicles in Grand Theft Auto Online. So I believe this was first found by Reddit user LimJobs. I'll leave a link to that thread in the description. He's working with another forum as well, so full credit goes to him and everyone else associated with this. I think that they were the ones who first discovered it. Like I said, I'll leave every source that I'm using in the description. So if you want to read more into it in detail, you can check it out for yourself. Now, this all started when the brand new Infernus Classic was released in Grand Theft Auto Online. A lot of people were testing it and a lot of people were racing with it, trying to see, is it the new best sports classic car? And at first, a lot of people were noticing that it was another car that just didn't handle as well as a lot of people had hoped. However, more and more people started realizing that the Infernus Classic could have a bunch more issues that could end up being way more problematic. And an individual brought up that he spun out a lot on left-hand turns during races, and this actually led to the testing of the Infernus Classic to see what was actually going on here. So I've done these tests myself, and we'll run them through you guys right now. So you can see what's going on here. When turning left, once we kind of reach about the peak of our turn, the car actually starts to spin out. It isn't able to complete the left turn. It's like the back end gives out and it just completely spins out. And then if we do the exact same thing except turning right, you can see that with the Infernus Classic, we have no problems here. Nothing at all. It is able to turn 100% and even more so. And we're just doing this rough test at the airport here. Now, this had a lot of people interested. Well, what is going on with the Infernus Classic? Well, some people started looking at the fact that a lot of things regarding the car were off-center, especially with the spoilers. This is a quote directly from the Reddit. They said, "The only one that's properly centered is the park bench spoiler. Any other spoiler will cause the center mass to be off-center." And there's actually a video of this, which is pretty cool. And in some of the tests that I've seen, it didn't matter whether you had a spoiler on or a spoiler off. So it didn't end up looking like that was actually the case. The real problem here is something that has actually affected a bunch of other vehicles. And it's the same one that had an impact on the 811 and a bunch of other cars too. So it looks like the car struggles to turn left at any moderate and fast speed. Well, that's because the rear right wheel behaves as if it's been permanently damaged. So another user on the thread, Adam10603, also has some information regarding this, and he can confirm that that is the exact same thing, that the back right tire, for whatever reason, Rockstar has it set that it is permanently damaged, and that's what's causing the spin out and lack of traction and the back end just completely giving out whenever you turn left using this vehicle. Now, I don't claim to be a super high-tech car guy or really have that much in-depth knowledge about vehicles and the performance itself, but this is something that you don't even have to be a high-tech car guy to notice. This affects every average Joe user in Grand Theft Auto Online, whether you're racing in a sports classic race or whether you're just driving down the street and you turn left. Spinning out, I mean, you don't have to be an expert to know that there's something wrong here. However, it's more than just that. There are many other cars that were found that have this exact same effect. And this is where things can start to get scary because we don't know how deep this issue could actually go. So Adam has actually said that there are a bunch of vehicles that you'll see that I'm testing as well, including the Pagale, the Vergero, the 811, the Gauntlet, the Comet Retro, and the Mamba. So it spans across a whole bunch of different car categories. It's not just affecting one vehicle or one category. You've got your sports classics, you have your sports, you've got your super, you've got muscle. Those are a bunch of categories where vehicles are simply not working. Now, the bottom line here is that until Rockstar fixes this, and that's a whole nother topic here, we don't know when or if this is going to be fixed. I don't know if this is something Rockstar can do with, you know, a simple bug fix or something like that. And if there is an update, I will certainly try to keep you guys in tune of that, or if this is something that can only be done when a new DLC is added. But the bottom line is you should test all the cars you want to know more about yourself, because as we just mentioned, there are a bunch of vehicles that are being affected by this. Now, I do believe that there's one way Rockstar might be able to fix this, and it's a handling flag that all vehicles can have. So the handling flag is called tires can clip, and this will negate the effects of this bug so that cars that do have this flag are fine. I know this is a little bit complicated. Now, BROUGHY has actually done a video on this. Now, the video is over a year old at this point, so there are obviously some new cars we've gotten from DLCs, but he explains what this means really well, and I'll leave a link to that in the description as well. But basically, any car that has that handling flag is perfectly fine. Now, Adam on Reddit explains that with this handling flag, the tires can soak up the vibrations of the glitchy suspension, therefore the car will not suffer any loss of grip due to this bug. So that's the only thing I could see Rockstar doing, is activating this for all the cars they know have this issue until they can get a proper patch or fix out, I'm assuming in the next DLC, if indeed they actually do become aware of it. And that's probably the biggest thing right now, is getting this to Rockstar and letting them know that there is actually a huge problem here. So I would recommend sending them a support ticket, letting them know what's up, that there's an issue here. If you find another car that performs similarly to this, and granted, not all of them perform in the exact same way. Some of them spin out way more than others. Some of them hardly spin out at all, and it's really difficult to tell. But all the cars that I tested in this video, the Infernus Classic, Pagale, Vigero, 811, Gauntlet, Comet Retro Custom, and Mamba, all to some degree spun out or lost traction when turning left, and doing the exact same thing turning right were completely unaffected. So that's why I'm saying there is a huge problem going on right now in Grand Theft Auto Online with many cars being broken. And we don't know. This could be the tip of the iceberg here. Those 6 cars might be a bigger spider web of hundreds of vehicles that could be impacted by this. So that's really all I have for you guys in this video today. Just letting you know that there is a serious problem going on right now in Grand Theft Auto Online. And I really do hope that Rockstar becomes aware about this and figures out what's going on and can eventually patch this so that we don't have to worry about it with these vehicles. Because as I mentioned earlier on in the video, you don't even have to be a hardcore racer or car junkie to see this. I mean, just turning left, you'll notice that it spins out, which should affect pretty much any and everyone that drives these vehicles. All right, so I was just about to upload this video when Rockstar actually provided us with an update and an official statement on what's going on. So they talked about this on their support site, where they posed a hypothetical question: why does my Pagasi Infernus Classic spin out every time I turn left at high speed? And they said, we are aware that some players are experiencing a problem with steering with the Pagasi Infernus Classic, even though we know it's more vehicles than that. We are currently investigating the issue, and if you would like more information on this issue as it progresses, please subscribe to this article for further updates. So at least Rockstar is aware of it, and that is the good news, and it looks as if they are working on fixing the problem, which is also good news. Although I am a little bit skeptical here, because they only issued a statement on the Infernus Classic, whereas we looked at a number of vehicles here that currently fall under the same thing, that like cannot turn left at high speeds. So hopefully they know it's more than that, but are just focusing on the new one, which is the Infernus Classic. But I just thought that update was important to this video, and now Rockstar is completely aware of it and looking to make a fix, hopefully sometime soon. So that's really all the information I've got for you guys in this video today. Really just wanted to let you guys know about this. I'll leave all the links and threads that I talked about in the description, so if you want to read more into it, you totally can. Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more on this in the comment section down below. I'm pretty curious to hear from you guys on what you think and what's really going on here. If you did go on to enjoy this one though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. Without the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.